What is going on, guys? What is going on? I want to talk about this 2025 convention of the Jehovah's Witnesses. Specifically, I want to talk about this apostate video that they published. Right now, I spoke about it a few videos ago. I spoke about the convention, right? But I want to get into further more details because I don't like what's going on. I don't like how the leaders are trying to get a firm grip, an even tighter grip on their members. Now, I truly believe that video that they made, that they produced, where it was the two African-American brothers speaking, right? One brother he did his research. It sounded like he was wide awake. He knew that this was a cult. He woke up. He was trying to encourage the other brother, the Jehovah's Witness brother, who wasn't awake. He was trying to encourage him to do his research, right? And the interaction between them two was, wow. That was a similar interaction. That was a similar experience that happened to me, actually, in my waking up process, right? So I woke up a few years ago, and I'm trying to wake up everybody. Of course, when you wake up, you're trying to spread the good news, right? You're trying to spread the good news and tell all your family and friends, hey guys, this is not the truth. This is we're wasting our time in this organization. This is not the truth. Do your research. You're trying to help everybody to wake up, right? And what happens? I didn't know how brainwashed my Jehovah's Witness family and friends were until I tried to wake them up. Because, like I always say, if I'm being lied to, I want to know. Obviously, no one wants to be lied to. No one wants to be deceived. No one wants to be played, right? So you would think that if our Jehovah's Witness family and friends, if they're being lied to, you would think that if they knew that they were being lied to, they would want people to tell them the truth about the truth. You would think that they would want us to tell them what's going on in this organization. But as we know, that backfires. It backfires. Boy, did it backfire. But going back to this 2025 convention, right? It's talking about the apostate video. In that video, this brother goes, the brother who was awake, he did his research. He goes, hey, did you had a chance to look at that video, that link that I sent you? And the other brother, the brainwashed Jehovah's Witness, he goes, why did you send me that garbage? I'm not reading that. He said, better yet, why are you reading that garbage? The other brother replies, how do you know if it's garbage if you haven't even read it? If you haven't even looked at it? How do you know it's garbage? He made a legitimate point. He made a valid statement when he said that. How do you know it's garbage if you have not even looked at it yet? But you see, the governing body leaders, they're so good at making any negative information about the organization, they make it look like it's all a lie. If it's negative, it's a lie. We only want to hear positive things about our organization. If you say anything negative, don't believe it. Now, what logical sense does that make? This organization is run by imperfect people, imperfect men. So if it's run by imperfect men, you don't think that there's going to be some type of discrepancies in the organization? And then when ex-witnesses like myself and other ex-witnesses, when we try to speak to our Jehovah's Witness family and friends, it's crazy. It's sad. They don't want to hear the truth. They don't want to hear the truth about the truth. And that experience that happened during that video, The same thing happened to me when I woke up. And I couldn't believe when I was watching that video, I couldn't believe how the Jehovah's Witness brother that did not do his research, that refused to be open-minded. And speaking of which, open-minded. Speaking of which, during that same video, that brother, the Jehovah's Witness brother who didn't do his research, he said to the other brother, why are you being open-minded? He said, you're thinking with an open mind? You should do it Jehovah's way. So he's pretty much encouraging the brother who woke up to not be open-minded. Now, the silver lining with that, right, with this, the silver lining here is that I'm thinking about all the Bible studies, all the people who are just curious to know more about Jehovah's Witnesses, right? Imagine them going to the convention and they're watching that video, right? And they're seeing this brainwashed Jehovah's Witness talking about being open-minded is a bad thing. If someone who is going to if there's someone who's going to the convention for the very first time and they're interested in this organization, they're interested in the Jehovah's Witnesses, and they see someone saying, why are you being open-minded? You should do things Jehovah's way. Right off the back, they're going to be like, whoa, you guys don't believe in being open-minded? That's a huge red flag. I don't think I want to participate in this religion. I don't think I want to be involved with this religion. If you can't be open-minded, then this is not for me. Now, most people in this world are open-minded. The majority of people are open-minded, right? They see things from different perspectives, but when it comes to the Jehovah's Witnesses, the governing body leaders, they can't afford for people to be open-minded. They can't afford for Jehovah's Witnesses to think critically. Because when you're an open-minded individual, you see things from different perspectives. You don't just see things from one perspective, right? So you see things from different perspectives. And you allow yourself to, like I said, you allow yourself to think critically. As a Jehovah's Witness, we all know you're not allowed to think critically. Thinking critically comes with questions. Jehovah's Witnesses don't like questions. They don't like questions. For some reason, when you ask questions, you are looked at like you're this evil, wicked human being. And going back to that apostate video, the 2025 convention, the apostate video, I was thinking about my family and how they're going to think and feel when they watch that video. Now, I personally believe that video is going to backfire on some people because some Jehovah's Witnesses, they already have doubts. They already feel like this might not be the truth. So them watching a video pretty much encouraging Jehovah's Witnesses to run away from any apostates. Run away from people who ask you questions, people who want you to look at things online. Run away. Just run away. Don't engage. Don't talk to them. Just run away. Leave. Right? This should be an awakening for every Jehovah's Witness. This should be a rude awakening for every Jehovah's Witness when they watch that video. Because they should say to themselves, this person who did his research, he has a point. How can you call it garbage if you have not even looked at the material. And I had to put myself in this brother's shoes, the Jehovah's Witness brother who didn't do his research, who refused to do his research, right? I had to put myself in his shoes. Now, 5 years ago, I probably would have did the same thing, right? Because I was brainwashed, just like millions of people, millions of Jehovah's Witnesses. I also was once brainwashed too, right? So I know how it feels to be indoctrinated. But at the same time, if someone is encouraging you to do your research, if you claim to have the truth, then what's the problem? Why can't you? The truth should always be scrutinized, questioned, it should be doubted, and it should still be the truth at the end of the day. But the fact that the governing body leaders, they are encouraging Jehovah's Witnesses, don't use your brain. Don't ask questions. In fact, if anyone is asking questions, if anyone is having doubts, shun that person. Stay far away from them. How is that loving? So because someone has sincere questions, because someone might feel a little lost, because the doctrines keep shifting. 1 minute you can't wear beards or facial hair. The next minute you seeing all these brothers with beards and goatees and whatnot, right? 1 minute you can't talk to someone who's the fellowship. All of a sudden, you could give a greeting, a quick hello. Hey, how you doing, brother? Hey, keep going to the meetings. We love you. So people having questions, that should be allowed. That should be A-okay. Because none of this is making sense in this organization. None of this is making sense. And going back to my family, when my family watches that video, they're off the back, they're going to think of me. We made the right decision by shunning Jerron. Jerron, he was trying to help us to do some research. He was trying to wake us up. And we did the right thing. Just like this brother in this video, he got in his car and he sped off and left. We made the right decision by shunning Jerron. That is what my family is going to think when they watch that video. And it pisses me off because the governing body leaders, they know what they're doing. You see, for a while, people were speculating as to, do the governing body leaders, do they know that they are deceiving people? Or do they truly believe that they are God's chosen people? Without a shadow of a doubt, I know for a fact that these men, they know that they are con artists. They know. They know that they're not God's chosen people. They know what they're doing. This is all about money. At the end of the day, this is all about currency. It's all about power and profit. So they need their members as brainwashed and confused and as lost as possible so that the members can rely on the organization. They can't have people asking questions. They can't have people look online because they don't want people look online. People are going to realize, oh shit, this shit is all fake. My entire life was, my entire upbringing as a Jehovah's Witness was for nothing? What? So they have to make these propaganda apostate videos to keep their members brainwashed. They have to do this. However, like I said, some people, it's going to backfire because some people are going to be like, hold on. Why are they keep talking about apostates? Why are they keep making videos about apostates? Who cares about apostates? If we have the truth, why are we talking about opposers? Why are we talking about critics? So some Jehovah's Witnesses are going to become more curious, and that curiosity is going to encourage them to do their research, and eventually they will wake up. So, like I said a while ago, I love it. I love it when the governing body leaders talk about apostates. I love it because they don't know. They're planting seeds in people's minds. More and more Jehovah's Witnesses are going to become curious. What are these apostate lies? And as we know, the governing body leaders, they never talk about these quote unquote apostate lies. What are these apostate lies? Can you give us a illustration of what the apostates are saying, that what we're lying about? Let's hear some things. And let's do a fact check afterwards. You see? More and more, I truly believe that as time passes, more and more Jehovah's Witnesses are going to become curious, especially when they're putting up apostate videos. More and more people will become curious. They will leave the organization eventually. But it pains me that people that I love, people that are shunning me, they're going to watch that video, and some of them are going to become more lost in the sauce. They're going to buckle down even more. The minute someone says anything critical against the religion, they're going to automatically mark them, shun them. And it's funny, when you're Jehovah's Witness, and I was thinking about this the other day. I was reminiscing on the old days as a witness, right? I said to myself, what facts did I have? What hardcore facts or proof did I have that this was the truth? I was like scratching my head and whatnot. I said, oh shit, I couldn't think of anything. I was just born in it. I was born in that religion. That was all I knew growing up. So therefore, it was my truth. But my truth isn't necessarily the truth. Just because you think something is true doesn't mean that it's a fact in real life. It could be true to you in your mind, but it's not true in real life. So we have all these Jehovah's Witnesses that believe it's the truth. But if you were to ask them, hey, why do you think you have the truth? What hardcore facts, what proof do you have that this is the truth? Because me, being an ex-witness, a former witness, I can prove to a Jehovah's Witness how they don't have the truth. A Jehovah's Witness, they can't prove to me that they have the truth. They can't prove it to me. Because whatever they say, I got something else to counteract what they have to say. And it's sad. All they could say to me is, oh, that's an apostate lie. Just like that brother in that video. Just like that brother in that apostate video during the convention. Talking about why are you reading that garbage? That's all lies. How do you know it's a lie if you're not even open-minded to looking at the material? What if it's true? But you see, the problem is Jehovah's Witnesses, they're so used to only relying on the organization. They're so used to only relying on jw.org. So everything and anything outside of jw.org to them is a lie. Because the governing body leaders are so good at getting ahead of the apostates, getting ahead of the critics. Oh, guys. Oh, Jehovah's Witnesses. Oh, anything that's negative is from Satan the devil. Don't listen to it. It's all lie. And these witnesses get more and more brainwashed. So when I saw that convention, I was like, fuck. Excuse my French. Because I know when people see that, some witnesses are going to buckle down. They're going to become even more strict when it comes to anything critical of their religion. But like I also said, some of them will become more curious. They will be like, hold on, what are these apostate lies? What's going on here? Why are they still making videos about apostates? I thought we had the truth. If we have the truth, we shouldn't care about anything else. So, on one hand, I see things from two different perspectives. I see some witnesses, like I said, they're going to get more and more brainwashed by watching that indoctrinated propaganda. That video is just propaganda. And other witnesses will wake up in due time. And whether it's months or years down the road, more people will wake up eventually. But anywho, that's my take on that, the 2025 convention, the apostate video. I pray more and more people wake up ASAP. ASAP. Because this life is way too short, way too precious for people to spend it. It's like a prison sentence when you think about it. It's a prison sentence because you're never free. You're never free. As long as you're a Jehovah's Witness, you are never free. You can't live your life the way that you're supposed to live it. You're living your life the way that the governing bodies want you to live it. And they want you to live your life slaving for them. For them. So what kind of life is that? What kind of life is that? If you're a Jehovah's Witness watching this video, do your research. Do your research. Because the last thing you want to do is live to be 80 or 90. You're looking back at your life and you got nothing to show for it. Because all you did was slave for the organization. You did nothing for yourself. You did everything for the organization. And as we know, time is the one thing we can never, ever, ever get back. So I don't want nobody to ever live with regrets. That's why I make these videos, to help people to think critically and wake up. Anyway, guys, I love you. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.